Time flies, time flies.
Yeah. It's already end of the year.
Yeah, we're already in the what month is it?
November.
Yeah, November. Yeah. The 11th hour. How long you been working with the startup company?
I think I started back was it June or July, so a few months now.
Mm. You doing a
Part
lot of coding?
yeah, for the most part. Yeah. Kind of like my main task because most everyone else is more civil engineer, so they don't like they know code, but not to the full extent that they do need for the projects we've been contracted for.
Still want two on top, or you want?
Yeah.
What's the most challenging part, man? Since graduating, besides was it like easy to adapt what they was asking for? Or?
I guess it's kind of like making some sense of routine.
Mm-hmm.
That's one, and then two, it's harder to because like when you're in school, like university recruiting has like a pretty standard timeline. Like they'll contact September, October, and now it's like there's no such thing like as like a schedule. You're just kind of always looking for jobs.
Yeah.
And plus now I can't just apply directly and hope for a shot. Right? They want to see if you got a referral. It's hard because like I can be going against someone who has like say 2 or 3 years experience for the same role, right? That sort of thing. So it's I guess a much wider pond or so that I'm now in, and it's definitely not easy for entry level.
So you think it's just
Right now they're not really hiring so much for entry level across the board. Mostly like seniors, so which are folks who have like maybe say close to 10 years experience, right? That's mostly all the jobs that they've been hiring for. So it's like, there's a limited number of roles specifically for like new graduate, 0 to 1 year's experience as is. So basically everyone's fighting for the same few chances.
thanks, man. Don't play fair, bro.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now. Sometimes you gotta bend the truth a little bit, bro. I'll tell you that right now. All the people how it is now, people say anything to get in the door. I'll tell you that right now, man. Them people that be having 10 years, they saying they got 50 years. So you just need to get the interview. Do whatever necessary. Say you've been doing it ever since high school, bro. You feel me? Don't just say you just graduated. Nah, man. Everything, man. How long you been coding?
Since high school.
Huh?
Since high school.
So how long is that?
It was 4 years, about 8, 9.
8 years?
Mm-hmm.
That's your experience. You're not lying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you do have a lot of experience. So don't just try to accommodate for just college or internship.
Mm-hmm.
Accommodate for your life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they give you a more edge and more confidence too. Like even if they do ask you, yeah, I've been doing it ever since I was fucking 13. Fuck that. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. I'm telling you now, it's cutthroat out here. Like this is the real world. So actually, you are experienced as much as the other people. You just got the you was able just to get the certificate. or the degree, but you've been doing it for a while, man. Don't cut yourself short out here. Okay? For real. That's like, why would I say I got a license yesterday at Barber? Would I say I got experience for 1 year, or I'll be like, yo, I've been cutting since I was fucking 14. It's the same situation. When you ask a barber, you know how long he's been licensed. You ask how long he's been cutting.
Right.
You don't even care about how long I had a license. Do yourself the same way. Do it like that. And you'll nail it. So when you get the interviews, you understand a lot more. Half the time, you probably know more than the person that's been out here because you know a new method. You know. Cut yourself short out here, man. Your truth is different from their truth. So you gotta learn to play the game out here now, man. Everybody trying to eat. The people you going to camp got kids. They don't care what they gotta say. If you had, let's put it this way, how you moving right now? Say you had a wife, kids, and a dog and a mortgage. How would you move after that?
I'd have to be cutthroat, right? I'd have to be
So think about it. Instead of waiting till you have a family, pretend you got one, and move like it. Because that's how they move.
One thing I definitely learned is that they prioritize referrals versus direct apply a lot more these days. Because direct apply is like, okay,
You get referral from who? Anybody?
someone in the company, right? So like, say I want to apply to say Amazon. I get a referral from someone who works at Amazon. So like, yes, I know this person. I can vouch, for their skills, that sort of thing, right? Because what happens?
How you think you get a referral?
You talk to people, you gotta know them, right?
Or where can you meet them
LinkedIn,
Okay.
kind of like, I like say I want to get into like ML, right? I know that there's this guy who always talks about ML on LinkedIn. Like, yeah, I read your post and like I think engage with him, get to know him, and they'd be like,
Have
hey,
you ever sent him send them an example of your work?
yeah, maybe like yeah, I've done this sort of thing. How would you guys do this if in a company setting versus like academic?
Yeah.
Like the thing is, you don't just go up to someone and be like, hey, can you refer me to one so you can help? Right?
Yeah.
You gotta like want to know the person for the person, and
exactly.
then when they have like an opening on their team, right, come there and be like, oh, I know this guy, he might be a good fit, or even if you say, I saw this role, can you tell me more about it, right? And it definitely has success. It's just
Yeah, build your network. It's like you said, it's not about the job right now, it's about like who you know.
It's a very slow process. Some people might just want to have like a steady job. They just don't use LinkedIn. I don't blame you, right?
Yeah.
You might be someone that's maybe you're very outspoken on your role at the company. Maybe you get hundreds of DMs a day.
Yeah.
You can't read all those messages, right? So it's definitely a slower process because it's like I can't assume they even use LinkedIn versus two they might read the message. So, but it's more of like a long term. What type of company would I want to work at?
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Of course, I can't know someone at every single company, I apply towards like, oh, this job might be a good fit for me, right? But where I can, where I can't, do what you gotta do.
You got it right, person. You got it, man. You got it.
I spend, because I'm spending a lot of time on LinkedIn. It's like I think the issue is there's no like clear like consensus on a lot of like resumes, right? Some recruiters be like, oh yeah, you can use AI to help stamp your resume, and then of course if you use it as is, like you use the suggestion ChatGPT tells you as is, obviously one, it doesn't really like the human wrote it. You can kind of tell.
You can tell.
Two, sometimes it just makes up experience or makes up words that aren't even really possible. bro, like you couldn't have possibly achieved this, that metric with this trick, that you wrote on your resume. So now it's like, okay, don't use AI at all. But then it's like, you read some companies use AI to screen out candidates, right? They might be like, hey, do these people have, these keywords on their resume? If you don't, you're not getting it. So then it's like,
I say.
so I'll be like, okay, write a draft, and then I'll read the draft, and I'll be like, okay, how do I make it like I actually did this, right? Because if I get you that is, one, no one's gonna believe it. Even I won't believe it, right? Just reading it as is. So it can help to be like, how do I reword things, right? Especially,
Do you ask? How do you ask AI for a resume for the job position?
Yeah, so I'll put the job description on, and I'll be like, you are a hiring manager for this position. I'll give it my current resume. I'll give it the job description. Like, you're looking at the thousandth resume for this role, right? So you've seen some good ones, some bad ones. First off, one, would you take this person as is? And if not, how should they have reworded their resume for a stronger fit for the role? So that helps a bit, right? You can certainly see where it's like, okay, because some job descriptions might be like really like on verbose, right? It might just be like experience with Linux environments, right? And it's like, okay, well, I have to supposed to put, hey, I've used Linux for X number of years, right? Even though, like, you'd be like, why would I just put that? It's like, if they ask for like, Linux, you can't just assume that, oh, just because I've done tech, I know, everyone knows what Linux environment, right? Just put Linux, X number of years using it, right? And just that makes things a whole lot better, right? And it seems I wouldn't have thought of, because it'll be like, yeah, I just use it at home, but it's like, when you still use it, just kind of.
Do AI have access to all these resumes?
Yes and no. It sort of has access to what's on the internet. So if your resume is like publicly, like on the website or on LinkedIn, yes, it does know that resume, right? And so it can sort of use. So yeah, but like the best way to describe the answer it always gives you is just like the best average answer for that question, right? So it's not this is the best resume, this is like the best of the best, this is like the best average for this role, for the what you're looking for, so on and so forth, right? So it's
Do
a
you
good
go
starting
into
point.
like details about the company?
Oh, definitely. I read the company, try to understand the team, especially if it's a large company like Amazon, Microsoft. Try to understand like, okay, I'm hiring for just like an open position on Azure. Can I see what Azure has been working on recently, right? Just kind of get a sense of like where are they moving, right? I can tell in my records like, okay, they're working a lot with LLMs. I have a few projects with that. I'll prioritize those projects. Oh, they're doing some stuff with hardware. I have some, hardware specific projects. So it gives like a good starting point, like, okay, here's what I want to put from what I've done on the resume. Then it's like, how do I word it to match that specific job description and things like that, right? So you're right. That's what I mean by tailoring your resume. It's like, I think people overthink it a bit. It's just like, trying to understand where the company is headed, where that team is headed. Correlate
The future of it.
All right, future proof it, right? Okay, so the job description will usually be like pretty, either be very verbose and specific, or very like specific broad, right? It's like experience with Python. That's a very broad thing. You can use Python for so many different things that it's like, if all I use for is like scripting versus ML, those are two very different sort of environments with Python, right? And like, okay, what does the company do? Do they have like a sort of tech blog that's like what they're moving? Maybe read like press releases on like sort of movements they've been doing, so you can get a sense of, okay, they're doing a lot of work with say with LLMs and data science stuff. Okay, so now I see the sort of Python skills I should put on my resume that's in line with that sort of work, right? Versus just, oh, I wrote a thing with Python, but it's like they're doing something different with Python. It's like, yes, that is matching the job description, but not really matching the company and who they work for. So It's a lot of work because you think about like when it's a numbers game, you got to supply
Yeah.
to 100 of those. It's like, we're going to spend time. It's like, I don't spend all that time on every single role. If it's like, especially not because there's a lot of companies I've never heard of.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, okay, I'll just throw it in and see what happens. But I don't know you. I don't know how valid you are as a company. That sort of thing. But if it's a role I really, like, company I really like, I'll put that time in. The key is to just do it where it matters, not all the time. Because all the time you're gonna get burned out. You don't have the time to do that for even 50 roles at once. How much more anymore than that? So dog eat dog world out there. Everyone's on religious to couple that with layoffs, and it's like, okay, now you have 1,000 more people who are now looking for a job, right? You couple that with companies very outright say we're not going to hire junior devs, and it's like, okay, well, someone's going to copy that, right? Not thinking if that's going to work for them long, we're just going to copy that, game plan. And then,
What about you just get hired in any position for the company that you're applying for?
that can sort of work. Again, once you're in, you can kind of more see where things actually are in terms of turnover rate. How many people are constantly leaving, how many people are staying. Are there certain teams where like the turnover rate is higher than others? That could be a very bad sign overall. But it's just, again, a lot of that information isn't really easy to find when you're just applying, when you're looking at the role, right? You kind of have to either know someone in a good position inside that they could actually know that themselves, right? Or they care about that sort of thing themselves, so they could actually, give you the lowdown. Because you just see what happened. You just see like the layoffs and like those sort of things after the fact. You don't know what happened before until that led to that decision.
Yeah.
That's harder to often see, right?
Yeah.
I got hope. I'm not, it sucks, right? Especially because, at my position, it can be sucky, but, it's not impossible. It's just very,
It's a challenge, man. It's a competition out here. But my thing is, man, I do anything necessary to get the interview. That's it. I don't think company really ain't encourage your experiences more. I would relate to usually like I would relate my resume more towards the person, the team leader resume.
Yeah, I read up something just recently that like another thing to do is to like reach out to the hiring managers, like email them, be like, hey, so reach out to them directly, be like, hey, I saw you guys have this position on your team, here's what I have, and sort of see what from there. That's only a trick, but obviously like for some companies, they might not have a designated like person that's like hiring manager, right? You might not know who is that person on the team. So it's harder if they don't say, hey, I hire for this team.
Okay.
Or say it's like a role that's like, it just says like software engineer, multiple teams. Obviously, I don't know the multiple teams that are hiring versus not hiring.
Right.
So it's again like,
it's like a catch-22.
Right. So obviously, if it's clear, then yeah. If it's like one of those general positions or like can apply to like multiple people, it's harder to figure out who to reach out to for that sort of thing. But if it's clear, it's very helpful to do.
Yeah.
That's not always the case. My company's also just put a lot of jargon in the job description that's like, they didn't take a minute to be like, does this actually sound like a valid person could have done all these things? Like they might be like, oh, 5+ years experience with working with LLMs, but like GPT did not come out 5 years ago. You can't possibly have that, that sort of experience realistically at all, right? So then you have the case where it's like, okay, either I just outright lie, and okay, I might get past the resume screen, but it's like, if someone reads that, they're going to be like, this isn't even possible for you to have, had that much experience with someone that's this new. Then it's like, I could lie, it may help, it might not. If I don't lie, I'll probably get a rejection. But then it's like, if I do lie, I could also get rejected, because then it's like maybe a human reason. It's like,
so it's been out how long?
A GPT's been out since 2022, right? And that's 3 years. But some roles might be like work with LLMs for 5+ years, right? Which isn't possible, because it's like the technology itself has not been out for 5 years.
What's related to it?
Just machine learning, I would say maybe working in machine learning, right?
So what's related to what you just said?
So like maybe like working with LLMs, but like just working, in machine learning as a broad category. So
Okay, so they can't say that because they've been working in similar.
Okay, so maybe I say like I've worked in ML for 5 years and LLM specifically with these.
Because this is the thing. You're looking at when it came out, but you don't know. You've been probably touching into it for so long. I tell you, this is what counts in any type of work. The first time you was exposed to it, that's when you start. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I see.
You're talking about activity working on it. No. Don't think when you were exposed to it and start to, that's when you start.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So it gets to a point, so when you question, a lot of times you got to understand what you know. It's not like about project, it's about when you were exposed to it. So you probably was exposed to it 7 years when it first got introduced, a possibility,
right.
And you was looking into it. So you already have knowledge of it. So anytime you have knowledge of something, that's when you started. You know what I mean? So technically you're not lying.
Right.
And so when they do ask you questions, you're subconsciously not thinking that you're lying. You know what I'm saying? I learned a long time ago, it's not about, it's like right now, they say, oh, how long you been teaching? Oh man, I started teaching back in 2017, right, as an instructor. But I took a 4-year break, but I started in 2017. And even when I'm not working at an institution, I still teach outside, so I've always been a teacher. So I wouldn't just say, oh, I was an instructor for 3 years. No, I've been working, I've been an instructor since 2017. First time I started instructing, that's how long I've been instructing.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So understand wording, understand what you're giving an assumption what the question is, what you assume they're looking for. I never assume. So if you say, hey man, first time, how long you known about working with what's a good thing that happened a long time ago? How long you been working with cell phone, man? And first time I'm working with it, I never worked on the cell phone, but I'll be like, yeah man, first the cell phone I owned was Bell South flip phone thing. I was into it ever since then. Doesn't mean anything.
Right.
But it counts as something from an experience in my life I done used it. So just the approach of, and this is when they separate, this is when you're separate from others.
post jobs. I
Yeah.
find that a lot of companies they might just post a position and they're not actually hiring at that moment. They just want to see like, oh, who's good to do it if we ever need this position in the future, right? Which is a bit very misleading because it's like if I see a job, I assume you need this position now. Not we may need this position if things depend on how things go in the future, right? So I kind of wish you were a bit more honest, like, hey, this is we're not actively hiring for this position now. Versus just because you see a job, you think, okay, you're hiring now for that position. You don't assume, oh, they actually don't need this role. They just kind of made the job description for the sake of it. Or maybe they're not even hiring at all. They just want to collect data and sell it to someone. Yeah, that happens a lot. That's why I often just, because there's a lot of new companies I've been hearing about, like, oh, we're hiring for a junior position. I'll look on their LinkedIn page, and it's like some most generic company posts that you will see. I'll go on the website, and it's like I don't even see like a clear about page. I don't see like a press page, like things that you would expect a legit company to have standard pages for. You don't see this like, okay, this is looking a little too shady, right? So again, it sort of helps I don't automate this, because if I automated this, I wouldn't be like, oh hey, something's a little off, right?
Right.
Because I know people, they automate this, to help things go faster. That's fine, but then it's like you don't really know where you're applying if you don't take that like 1 second to go, hey, this sounds a little too good to be true, or hey, I've never heard of this company in this sector. They're very brand new. Let me check them out. Let me just see, why were they founded? Why were they created? I think everyone just kind of lost their mind to AI, and you can certainly see companies that are using AI to write the job descriptions. Companies AI to vet candidates. Some companies now even use AI during the interview process to as like one of the screening stages.
Really?
I think Well, I know Meta just recently said they're going to have an AI focused coding stage where the whole focus is see how well you can code with AI, which I see the reasoning for it, right? On the job, you will code with AI, so it's kind of good to know like you are someone that can actually work well with it, not just like kind of half-assed or looks like it takes you a very long time for basic tasks. So I see why. I'm just not sure how many companies are going to blindly copy them without thinking it through, because we'll often have big companies say they're going to do something. A lot of smaller companies just copy that without thinking it. How does it work for our company, our team?
Well, Meta is such a large company. I see why they use it.
Right.
I mean, that's how they kind of found out to have a spring real fast. I think smaller companies need to not operate as if they are a big company, because they don't have the.
Yeah, they don't operate at that level, right?
Nah. I mean, that's just dumb, man. Whoever running the company shouldn't be running the company. Well, a lot of people running companies don't even supposed to be running, bro. So that's the one thing I know is, a lot of people in high positions don't supposed to be in high position.
I've definitely applied to a few startups here and there. I can tell when someone is like, drop out of college, startup, founder, and it's like their worldview is very small. Like it's very in like the niche bubble of Y Combinator, X, college dropout founder bubble versus like, oh hey, I have some experience in the industry, and then I decided to make my own company, or I founded multiple companies and this is like my third venture, right? And you can see like there's a much more depth of just how to work well, how to be timely, how to ask good questions, that sort of thing. My company I work at, it's 5 people total, right? And it's just a local business, right? It's not a startup, but I always call it a startup, right? Because it's a small team and we move fast, right? right? So rather than saying, "Oh, I work at a local company," right? People will be like, "Local company, mom and pop shop." You know, what are you working on? You know, local websites, right? Okay, you say startup. Okay, you're moving fast, even if it's not like I'm making.
Yeah, you work.
But I'm working in that kind of environment, so I kind of do know how to word things in my favor, and be like, "This is the same thing." You know, because really, a startup is just a local company. They just don't call it local business.
That's just
There's more of a government or a tax or but like they're the same thing. There's just so much conflicting advice out there. It's kind of hard to know, you know, especially when it's like, okay, there's so like even just this week I read like two posts from two recruiters at the same company who basically said one person said like you can use AI, but here's how to use it for revamping your resume. One just outright said don't use it at all. You know, I can tell what you do, and like they both have a fair point. But you take them at face value, it's like who do I listen to? And there's a lot of cases where it's like the conflicting messages isn't like easily solvable. Like what you're saying to do or not do, and it's like okay, who do I listen to? Because you both work at the same company. I don't know who would see my resume first. You know, who do I listen to here, right?
I would do both, honestly. I will actually revamp it to where I'll take two parts, reword this, use this word. So I tell AI, put this word in this sentence. Yeah, stuff like that. You know? I wouldn't just. That's what I would probably do.
One thing that has gotten worse, and everyone has noticed, is like there's almost no respect for companies, right? At least before I would get like a clear rejection email if I was rejected, right?
Yeah, they don't even
do that anymore. You just don't hear anything. And it's like, okay, well, I guess that's that, right? You can even interview, go through some stages of the process. You just don't hear anything. And it's like, okay, I at least interviewed. I should hear clearly I got the decision or I did not.
Sometimes I just want to see why you picked the other person.
Right. Get some feedback. Was it I did bad or it was just someone better, right? Like a few years ago, I got a call for an internship at Apple. I did well. The reason I didn't get it, the kid they were waiting on, I finally accepted the offer so that that position had finally been closed, right? So no faults of mine. It's just the other kid took action on their part in between my process, right? But I got that feedback that hey, it wasn't you. It was just unfortunate timing of events, right? Nothing that you could have controlled. But that's much better than just like, oh, you didn't get the position. Did I do bad? Did someone do better? So on and so forth. And it's not like this. People, the reason, and I read into it, the reason companies don't get feedback is they believe they might get sued. Which I'm like, why would you get sued? I've never heard of a company getting sued, but it's like
discrimination.
Something like that. You can say, oh, he doesn't say because I was black, I was a woman, so on and so forth. And I'm like,
right, take it that way, yeah.
If that actually happened, then yeah, I see why you wouldn't want to say it out loud. But like, I guess the way you can say things and that, I don't know. I just feel like
people get a lot of times. This is what people do though. Lawsuit is so easy because people just get paid just to keep quiet, even if the company's not wrong.
True. So you can just say, "Oh, that's false. It's actually because of accident." They'll probably just settle it out of court.
Yeah, just because they don't want the publicity.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
A lot of companies just pay out just because they don't even want bad publicity. Even if the person like lying or yes, I get why they do it just from a standpoint like that.
Yeah, from the company, you just wouldn't want to.
Any word they use is like, discrimination, especially in certain communities, and they take a word and run with it. Yeah, people make it bad for companies to respond though.
Mm-hmm.
It's not you. It's the masses. Yeah. You know I say one bad person make it bad for everybody else? What happened, man?
Because then it's like I can't get good feedback to like, oh, interview prep better. It's just I kind of have to assume what could I have done wrong if I actually did something wrong, or it's just
That's the suck part, man. That's the suck part, man. One bad apples out here that made it. The way the company's not responding no more, man. For real, they not gonna respond no more, man. I get it, though. Most time getting lawsuits, or the person that responds that's supposed to be doing the hiring, the recruiter, say, hey, you didn't get the job, they word something wrong, and they get sued, the company gets sued. They lose their job for responding improperly as or whatever they feel or whatever the person does improperly.
right.
They lose their job.
Or even if I don't go to lawsuit, I can just write on LinkedIn, hey, this company, this training agency, boom, that post goes viral.
Yeah.
Now they got to deal with the bad press already.
Yep.
Versus just dealing with the lawsuit, right?
That's just it, man. It's all about bad press. They don't care about the lawsuit. It's the bad press.
The work.
Yeah. Cause everything internet, man.
Everything is his forever, right? You can't really erase.
Yeah, you know what? It's not even gonna respond. We just tell people they get jobs and they go. We just don't even. Sad, but that's how the world become. Everybody want ready to sue or ready to put you on blast, bro.
You know, I saw that a lot in university, but like for me, it was like, okay, you're at university. I kind of didn't click that like this is just how people act in real life, right? It's just any opportunity for a quick buck. We'll take a quick buck.
We'll trade a quick bump that. That's how people are. They take a quick buck in the mix, man. And they don't know they jeopardize the person that they could accuse and that they didn't do anything. Now that person
They jeopardize their own future. Like, who want to hire you in the future, knowing that you're this kind of, temperamental person, right?
Yeah, then you on that, what they call it, the blacklist?
I know people that got blacklisted from companies.
Huh?
I don't know people that got blacklisted from companies. Usually because what would happen is you accepted 2 offers, right? And then at the last minute you tell the company, oh, I can't work for you. Right? You tell one company I can't work for you. So like maybe like a week before you're supposed to start, you will just say, oh, I can't work for you, right? Now that's the issue for a company, right? They already done your background check.
Yeah.
Like you already an employee in their system, so the work to reverse that is going to cost money. Now they have this position once again open, and if it's like say an internship, once you're done with internship hiring, you're done, right? They don't usually restart again, so they just have like this one open position. You make things worse for the company, for the team that was hoping for that additional hire, because the team probably met you by that point, so they know.
Yeah, they probably done met you, met everybody on every level. Man, that's crazy. And then
that's why you get blasted, and then you can't apply to that company again. So it's like, yeah, you ruin things that one time, right?
Yeah, man.
As big as things seem, one thing I have learned is that the recruiting world, the hiring world, is very small. If you like tremendous, because I know some people that like they fucked up real bad in like one company, right? And then they just realize, oh, I'm not hearing back at any company. It's like, yeah, your recruiter probably knows people that work in the other companies. They talked about this over dinner, over lunch, over a break, whatever, right? So it's not, oh, I'm just affected at Amazon. No, I'm affected at Amazon, probably any other company that operates at that level of Amazon, any recruiter in, say it's a position in New York, any recruiter in New York, because they all know each other. They, that network.
So they get commission off.
Not really committed, just like, oh, like I know you're not talking about, oh, I had this one candidate, right? He ran to get the offer, right? He rejected the offer, and I tell you, experience it, like, how much work we have to do now, right? okay, you're not gonna hire that person. If you see that person apply to a role in your company, you're not gonna hire them. Right, and that's how things work, right? It's just things like that, right? I know you're a bad candidate already. I'm not gonna.
One way you might change if you mess around being a recruiter person. Oh, yeah.
Sure, yeah, but like, who are you gonna believe? Your recruiter friend or the guy?
Yeah.
You're still gonna work. Right, that's how things work. You're still gonna default to believing your coworker, your colleague, versus just I hope I've had a change of behavior,
Yeah.
or that was just me acting like a stupid kid, right? So, yeah, it's
Back to the startup.
But can you do my eyebrows as well?
Yeah.
It's a very small but big world.
It's a small, especially tech world. Tech world is like, yeah, everybody.
You hear like thousands of people, but it's like the same few things can keep happening to the same few people. It's like, how can we both have thousands of people in this sector, and it's like the exact same things happening all the time, right? Yeah. Yeah, one thing that's kind of sucks for like the Orlando area is there's not like a lot of tech events happening in the Orlando area.
Oh,
it's always
that's
like
true. You have to
New
go
York,
abroad, yeah.
California, maybe even sometimes Atlanta, but like Orlando,
No tech.
even though we have a good tech scene, there's never any tech events happening in Orlando. So I can't meet people physically that use Gathers like online events.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the one thing that sucks. Cause like the best thing is like meet someone in person, right?
Yeah.
But it's like I just don't live in a tech good enough area
Yeah.
where these events are like happening all the time. I would like, oh, book club in New York. I've read this book. I would love to join, but it's an in-person event. I just can't. I don't have that money to just book a flight for like an hour event in New York, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's the one thing that sucks. I just don't have that in-person event exposure I could have. And a lot of companies are doing in-person events now, right? We're far away from COVID. We can do in-person stuff now. Yeah, it just I take the online stuff I can, but like that's the one thing that is sort of surprising to me, right? Because during COVID, there was a bunch of online events happening in Orlando. Right, even like small,
it was a lot,
and then it's like all of a sudden we just nothing happens, right? And it's like why? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe those people that did the events no longer live in Orlando. The people that spearheaded them don't work in Orlando. Who knows?
yeah, that'd be
Because it's not like I've never been able to specific to Orlando. Just like all of a sudden, there's just nothing, right? Or if there is some, it's like at like some really far off place, or it's like dinner at Carrabba's. I'm like, book like a hotel meeting room for like a few hours, just meet and mingle people. Like, why can't we just
don't have like a job
or like meeting space? Just like, hey, meet people who also do machine learning in Orlando, right?
Yeah.
So let's just like meet at like this Starbucks. We'll book a few people. We'll just have like a few chairs reserved, right? So it's like dinner at Carrabba's, and it's like this one location is like so far from me. It's like, you know how much the Uber is gonna cost? Right. It's like the Uber alone is gonna be like what, $30? So that's 30 coming and going. I can't just sit there and not order. I'm gonna look weird. Right. So that's like another what, 30 or so.
Yeah, I think
it's not very friendly to like someone. It's friendly for like, oh, I live there, or like, oh, hey, I have the means, I have a car, I got stuff, right? If that's not you, and this is a car-centric city, so I don't blame them, in that sense, but like, yeah. But I have also been working a lot more on open source, because I read that recruiters like to see us do stuff in open source projects. So
okay. Yeah.
I've been getting into that. It's actually really fun. It's really fun. I thought it would be harder, but
And you do like fiber projects too, or
what do you mean?
work on fiber?
But no, I don't do. I could probably look into contracting and that sort of stuff. I do know that I've read that especially with AI tools to help with small code tests, contracting is a lot harder because it's I can just do it myself. Why would I hire someone to do it? So. So I was thinking maybe I start local, help local businesses and just
Have
kind
you
of
ever
work
thought about
locally.
contracting, like getting your own contracts?
I have to look into. I've read the legalities before. I need to see if they change the process. One thing that is an issue that I have read a lot is going from, and I guess from a contractor to a full-time employee at a company. They don't look at contractors well. Even though your contract is for a few months and you technically only work for a few months, they see that as a flight risk. That you'll leave if someone just gave you a good enough contract, right? So that's one reason I don't want to do it, because it's when we do the background check and it's you've contracted before, I don't want that to be maybe we should reconsider or something like that, right? So maybe that's why. So maybe just do things locally, help here and there, so it's more about just money in the pocket versus. And then I can say I've done the experience, I worked at this company doing this thing, but it's not I'm telling you I'm a contractor. Because if I tell that to you, you'll think a certain way about me after a while. So, trying to avoid certain biases where I can.
I think you shouldn't worry about that.
Trying to. I have to look into it because I know a lot of those laws have changed, especially with in Florida. They changed a lot of laws about contracting, so I'll have to really.
Or you just when you get the contract with project contract, because sometimes they come in they need to outsource certain things, and you just a contract.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It's for a project. Oh, you need you need to revamp your website or build a website. Okay, contracting
you're
for
contracting, not you. You're representing the business. That's
also make an LLC and
not your name.
Okay, that would
Yeah. Be okay.
You're contracting the LLC.
Yeah, assistant coder LLC, right? And then you go for contract jobs. You bid on these jobs as the company or a small business, and your name is not attached to it. It's the company's name. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll look into it.
And then you can use that company that you built as a resume for yourself.
Founded X company.
No, you just say you work for this company. They don't even know you own it. You get me? You got, you know.
Okay.
You get me? Hey man, instead of you trying to build a resume with other companies, create a company so you can start your own resume. That's in itself, bro. You never know. Have it right there. You never know what comes. You might land this contracting job, $250,000 contracting job. You don't know because you're a company. You go, what the hell? And guess what you're doing? You're going there looking for other people to probably graduate. Hey man, I got this project, man. You just take the project. Say it's overwhelming. This is what I'm telling you. Look into it. Say you contact, you beat on this job, right? It's a big job. You're fuck it. You did the bid. $300 job. It's a big project. You need help. Guess what you can do? Contract with other people. Hey man, if can you contract for 3 months and help me with it? I give you $30,000 for 3 months. They be like, what? They're like, yeah, I need it, and you need it done in maybe 6 months. So you got this budget. So they give you this $300,000. It's a budget, and you just take that money and you outsource the project. Do what everybody else do, bro. You smart. You know what the hell you're doing. Do what everybody else doing. Get on the contract, get your money, man. Don't let them, you working everybody else. You overseeing the projects. That's the only way, man. Sometimes, man, just trying to weave your way in, man, create your way. That's what I say. You ain't go to school just to work for somebody else, bro. You went to school, you know your shit. You into it. You really into what you do. You make it work. You make it work. Cause these companies cutthroat, and you got to learn early. If I was your age, and if somebody told me learn early, learn to be cutthroat, learn to start, you're in a position where you have no responsibility for others yet. And eventually, that's what you're gonna want to do. So the best way to do that is to start your own shit. Even if you're working for somebody else, still start your own shit to see if it can get contracts to where. I'm not saying stop looking for jobs, but I'm telling you to start your own shit still. Be it on contract jobs. You never know, you might land that one job. It only takes one job, bro. Change your life. One job. And you're changing other people's lives now. You bring in the people that you like, that you don't have to code switch for, you don't have to do a lot of shit for. You're the man. They got to code switch to you. And you're not trying to fit in no more. Good? You know what I mean? You got the tools. It's like it's hard to try to mingle in when people already got bias towards. They got favorite. It's hard to be favoritism, bro.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how smart you are.
Yeah, that's the one thing I learned. Like,
favoritism is real, man. People be like, "Oh, it's not about. Nah, it ain't about the smartest motherfucker. It's about the
guy you
favorite."
like.
Right? Yeah. That's life. That's life, bro. Life is about likability and who you know, and if they gonna like you or not. So instead of that, being the contract, and you start hiring people you like, guess what it is? Your environment always gonna be comfortable. You never get mentally stressed out, you know? Never get mentally stressed out, bro.
Actually, it's actually interesting because I went to a network. It's an online event that happens almost every Tuesday morning. Called Networking Over Coffee. Right? It's just a guy who hosts this. People across across the U.S. just come meet. Just meet, go meet people. Right? And one guy, he said something that he said, because I don't know, the discussion went into like AI, right? And he said, man, I just wish that what was it he said? He's like, I wish someone would just make the tool that makes AI